Since you're watching this video right now, you most likely own other Ego brand tools and are now curious to see just how their hedge trimmer performs. And as you can see here, when it comes to trimming bushes, it does its job just as you'd expect it to. But this isn't the job that I bought this trimmer for. Since my family and I moved into our home, I've just used an old pair of hedge clippers to trim our bushes and was perfectly content to continue to do so until we had some volunteer Russian olive trees start growing behind our back fence. We already own a bunch of other Ego tools and love them. So I figured that I'd give their hedge trimmers a try and see if they could help me make quick work of those Russian olive trees. As I am sure that you are aware, there are many reviewers on YouTube that have stuff given to them for free by the manufacturer of that product, but I am not one of those reviewers. Every product I review, I purchase myself. That way I feel I can give a full, honest opinion with no obligation or anything to any product manufacturer. Considering it's a hedge trimmer and meant for trimming bushes and not really meant for trimming trees, I feel it worked fairly well on the Russian olive trees behind my house. It did great with all of the branches up to about the ones that are a ½ an inch or so in diameter. This particular unit is advertised to have a 1-inch cut capacity, but I found that on branches thicker than a ½ an inch, it really kind of struggled. Maybe that was due to me not quite using it correctly, because I am an electric hedge trimmer noob, but on the larger branches I tried cutting, it just seemed to mar the branches up, and in the end I had to pull out my Fisker loppers to cut them off. I don't know, maybe the wood of the Russian olive tree is harder than what a typical bush, hedge, or other shrub would be too, so I'm not going to completely discount Ego's claim, but I wanted to at least let you know what my experience with the tool was like. I mean, they are called hedge trimmers and not tree trimmers. Since I already own other Ego tools and already have batteries and chargers, I bought the kit that comes with just the hedge trimmer itself. They do sell a separate kit that includes both a charger and a 2.5 amp hour battery, which if you don't have any other Ego tools or are looking to get another battery at the same time, is a much better deal than buying a battery and charger separately. I used one of my 2.5 amp hour batteries with it, and it lasted through all of my little test with the Russian olive trees without a problem. On a separate occasion, I charged the battery up all the way and used it to trim 4 different bushes in my yard, and it had no problem at all trimming all of them up nicely. In fact, it made really quick work of those bushes. Now, if only there was something it could do to help speed up the cleanup process. Between those 4 bushes, I had the trimmer running for between 10 and 15 minutes total. I don't have any of Ego's newer batteries with the fuel gauge built into them, so I had to place it on one of my fast chargers, which has a gauge on it, and the charger wouldn't even turn on. It showed the battery was still at 100%. Now, I don't know exactly how Ego has things set up with their batteries as to when they'll register at which level of charge they're at, but obviously the battery wasn't at 100%, I just trimmed 4 bushes with it. My assumption is the gauge on the charger will only read below 100% once the battery has reached 75% charge. If the level is above 75%, then it's going to continue to read 100% and therefore will not turn on the charger. Again, this is just an assumption, and I don't know that for certain. So circling back to the question of how much runtime can you get out of a 2.5 amp hour battery, it appears that you can get between 40 minutes to an hour. Of course, this is just an extrapolation guess based on the 10 or 15 minutes of total time I ran the trimmer. So the actual runtime may be shorter or may actually be longer. Using the trimmer is fairly simple. If you're familiar with Ego tools, which I assume you are, attaching and removing the battery is very much like it is with any of their other tools. The battery slides straight on from the back and then locks into place. To remove the battery, you just push the release button here and then slide the battery off. When operating the trimmer, you are required to have both hands on the tool at all times. To start the trimmer up, you have to press 3 different buttons at the same time. The button on the front handle here has to be depressed, which depresses whenever you're grasping the handle, so that one is easy enough. You then also have to press this button with your thumb and then pull the trigger. Once the tool is running, you can take your thumb off the thumb button, but as soon as you release the trigger or let go of the front handle, the tool will shut off. This is a nice safety feature, in my opinion, that prevents the tool from running any time other than when you want it to run. While I was using it to trim my bushes, I did have a couple times where I kind of relaxed my grip on the front handle just a little bit too much and it shut the tool off. This was a little bit annoying to me, but at the same time, I feel that that little annoyance is well worth it to help me safely operate the tool. The trimmer comes with a plastic sheath that you can put it into to protect the blades when you're not using it, and also has a little hole on the tip of the blade allowing you to easily hang the tool on the wall, which I feel helps keep your tools in garage or shed nice and organized. Overall, I'm happy with my purchase. I still feel Ego makes some of the best cordless electric yard tools homeowners can buy. My biggest complaint with Ego products, though, is always the price. Compared to many other competitors, their tools are some of the most expensive. But at the same time, I am a believer in the saying, you get what you pay for. Oftentimes, when something is cheap, there's a reason for it. Now, I'm not saying that hedge trimmers from other manufacturers that are less expensive than this Ego unit are garbage. I mean, I haven't used any of the other brands, so I can't speak to their quality or performance. But in my 42 years of life, there have been times where I have purchased the least expensive item I could find, and then I have ended up replacing that item for one reason or another, not long after purchasing them. Which is why I now do not mind paying a little more to get something that is actually good. Not to mention, Ego has a 5-year warranty on all of their tools, which is something, in my opinion, that is worth that extra money. What's your opinion of this trimmer? Did this video give you the information you were looking for? The comment section is now yours. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, do all the usual YouTube stuff, you know, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. I'd also like to invite you to check out my Amazon store at the link in the video description, where you can purchase items that I feature in my videos, including this Ego hedge trimmer. Although if you have a hardware store near you that sells this, I recommend just buying it there, because you're going to get a better deal on it there most likely than on Amazon right now. At least that's true as of the making of this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. See you in the next one.